Hello everyone and welcome to Like Minds, two hearts, one mind, one God. I am Julian and I want to thank you for tuning in, as I do believe I have some practical and necessary tools to help engage two hearts through one mind and one God. And as always, if these episodes are being a blessing to you in any way, hey, do me a favor, subscribe to our channel and be sure to click that bell notification. You don't want to miss any episodes. Well, today I will be using this episode as my launching pad to my two-part series, Why Men Prefer Fantasy Over Reality. That's right, why men prefer fantasy over reality. This series will highlight the carnal thinking and even the sexual appetite of men concerning the relationships we have with the opposite sex. Look, it's no secret that men are sexually driven. It's how we are naturally wired. In fact, research shows that men think about sex 19 times a day. Goodness, 19 times a day. That's a lot. Okay, yeah, that's a lot. Now, it's important to also note that without a spiritual discipline, a godly awareness or self-control, men can be led into immorality or other forms of indulgences that are harmful to not only his physical health, but his very soul. I believe Proverbs 6:27 through 28 tells it like this: Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burned? Hear the self-infliction of that man, okay? Sexual immorality can be described as the entryway by which a man can create his fantasies. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Unfortunately, there are so many men who enter here only to never find their way out. Now, for context, recall in one of my previous episodes, I mentioned that all men are not husbands, okay? Husbands are a classified special group, and it requires a gradual spiritual development from the man wholeheartedly, okay? Men have to be cultivated into husbands by the grace of God. Now, if we step back even further, comparably, all young boys are not men, okay? There's a natural maturity process that every boy must undergo. In fact, we call this process puberty. Okay, the body undergoes a metamorphic process that indicates a change of his appearance, his voice, and even his behavior to a degree. However, this is so key. Just because a boy grows up into a man as it relates to his physicality and appearance does not necessarily mean his mentality evolves at the same rate. It's the immaturity of that boy, now think mentality, okay, that naturally latches on to things that associate with fantasy. Did you get that? With this type of thinking, it's difficult for him to recognize the distinction between reality and fantasy. They're seemingly merged together, okay? Now, this is dangerous, especially as it concerns marriage for obvious reasons, okay? So, in this series, I will address the following. In episode 1, I'll define reality versus fantasy as it relates to a man's thinking and his relationships to the opposite sex, okay? Part 2, I'll begin to address why men prefer fantasy over reality, okay? I'll even address how women can determine if their position within the relationship fulfills that man's fantasy or if her position is anchored in that man's reality, okay? All right, well, that's all I wanted to share on this episode. Like always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, leave a comment, and share. Until next time, live abundantly. Peace.